And we are back. Pokemon Diamond, Hardcore Nuzlocke. The run continues. This is it. It is us versus Champion Cynthia. There's only one battle left to complete this Hardcore Nuzlocke. This will do it for all of our Gen 4 runs. I am just so excited for this. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit scared, but Colin clutched so hard last video against Lucian and his psychic types, but I can feel it. My voice is going to start fading very quickly. So I could hype up this fight to the heavens, but we're just going to dive right in and see what we can do. 6v6 as far as the precap. Spirit Tomb is coming out first, and I think Luxray is just the best option. Half of Cynthia's team has Earthquake at their disposal, and then two of those three that have Earthquake are ground types in the Garchomp and Gastrodon. So I went ahead and just used the Luxray first, since we know they're going to throw out an answer to that with a ground typing. So I figured let's get as much mileage on the Luxray as we can. If we potentially can do a tactical pivot or swap here and there, let's do that. But this is where, if Pokemon need to die in order to win this, we're going to let it happen. Because if I swap in and Cynthia's Pokemon uses a different move and completely dismantles whoever I throw out, that could be devastating. But anyway, right here, right now, we could do a light screen and fight Spirit Tomb back and forth, but I think I'm just going to test the waters here with Thunderbolt. But really, now that I'm looking at it, I could try to keep us alive as long as possible with the light screen, since it only has special attack moves anyway. So let's go ahead and keep Luxray safe as possible. Get the light screen down, and it goes for Psychic, so that's going to chop that in half. It is not stab, so that's really good. That's a crit. It just went right through light screen. It is a critical hit, and I have been punished so hard, and this is a terrible start, an absolutely terrible start to a champion fight. But with barring another critical hit, we should be fine, and that's so unfortunate. If this crits, we have lost Luxray. I don't think it's going to. Look at that. Look at that. That is so unfortunate, but it is what it is. And yeah, Luxray at this point, we can either try to save her for an Intimidate, or we can just kind of play chess with Cynthia and take a 1-for-1. We still have the light screen up for potentially 2 more turns, I think. The Gastrodon comes down. We are going to be faster, but I think we can't predict what Gastrodon's going to do now. It's probably just going to go for the Earthquake, but if it goes for a different move and we swap in thinking the Earthquake, we are in trouble. So I think, with that being said, we just go for as much damage as we can with the Luxray. The only other favorable matchup it had was against the Milotic, but Milotic's special defense is so high, but that crunch could be everything with that defense drop. And there is the Earthquake. And Colin, oh my gosh, I missed you already, but you are a champion, and we are going to see this through just for you. Colin's going to eat that Earthquake on her chin right there, take it to the grave, and Colin is the first to go. Gone but not forgotten, and it is a one down on both sides. And now I do believe we actually go into the Machamp, as Gastrodon can't hit him for super effective, and the defense drop is so pivotal there. And I think Machamp's going to do the best job of taking advantage of that. So let's go ahead and swap in. And what we can do is, I think if we just let the Gastrodon hit us first, that we can respond with the Revenge, and that should be enough to kill from that range. Let me double check, especially if Machamp is equipped with the Fist Plate, which buffs fighting type moves, and it is. So I do believe this Revenge will kill. We just don't need a Muddy Water accuracy debuff. So there you go. This is stab, so this is going to do quite a bit of damage, unfortunately. This is going to do quite a bit of damage, but we tank that Lamp-Rouge holding strong, and I do believe this is going to finish off the Slug from that distance. Please do. If not, we're going to be in trouble. Watch that slow health bar go down, and the Gastrodon does fall. Okay, so Cynthia has dropped 2. We have dropped 1. We got to be really careful here. The Garchomp is definitely the biggest issue, but the Roserade comes down. So Roserade is going for that extra sensory, and it's really tough because Psychic is the toughest one to swap into for me because Gengar and Cornelia, as well as Lamrouge, are all. I'm sorry, Crobat, Gengar, and Machamp are all weak to Psychic, and Roserade's speed and special attack is phenomenal. So if we go Payback and potentially live the extra sensory, we would barely live that. But if we do, we're going to hit for 200, and Roserade's defense is really low. So we might be able to finish. If not, we get massive damage down and no one has to tank that. And I actually really like the Pelican and Gengar against the Garchomp, as Garchomp can only hit Gengar with Dragon Rush, and it can still hit Pelipper with Giga Impact, Brick Break, and Dragon Rush. But if Pelipper lives, then Ice Beam can one-shot. And I don't think Ice Beam can one-shot Roserade since it's only 2 times. And I don't want to swap in any of these. It needs to be a clean swap so none of them take massive damage. So I think I'm rolling it all on a Payback. If we live and get massive damage down, I will take that. Oh my god, it goes for Sludge Bomb instead of the super effective. That is stab, but so it's still going to do good damage. But if this poisons Lamperouge, oh my gosh, that would have initiated the guts. So we're still looking good here. That is basically what I was expecting the extra sensory to do. Extra sensory might have killed us then. But that is nice. That is really nice. But again, Machamp is, I think, the slowest Pokemon I have now. And that's beautiful. That is outside of heal range. We're going to take the fall on this, and Machamp goes down. But I think he really did what I needed him to. And if we can just get in here and finish the Roserade. Let's see here. Roserade is so fast. Roserade is so fast, but I think this is our moment to swap in the Lucario. Well, actually, I'm looking at this, and Lucario can really bully Milotic and their Lucario, but Garchomp would absolutely have a field day with the one-shot Earthquake. And Garchomp's going to outspeed everyone, except maybe Gengar. But Garchomp is higher level. So I think Garchomp and Crobat, I think, outspeed Gengar and Crobat both outspeed the Garchomp. But let's just play this out. We throw out Odysseus. Odysseus finishes Roserade. Really, I should just throw out Crobat, right? No. Oh, because then Milotic could snipe. Lucario could snipe. Crobat's really not that great in this situation. Is just a safe swap. If we throw out Gengar, they probably throw out Lucario, which we really don't have an answer for. And I would love, because if the Pelican goes wrong, I think Gengar is going to be our saving grace for the Garchomp. But really, I could throw out Crobat and see how much damage I do with that, and then we'll get a clean swap after the Crobat. So let's actually do that. Let's make sure Suzaku leaves its mark, and Confuse Ray is here on the table, excuse me, which could potentially turn the tide. So let's go ahead and do the fly. We really just need the 95% chance to pay off here, and we dodge the Sludge Bomb. I'm going to take a quick drink real quick. The fly comes down, and that should finish off the Roserade. We do connect, and it's a fadeaway critical. You love to see it, and that is really good stuff. I'm still so nervous. We have Garchomp, Milotic, and Lucario left, which is just a phenomenal final 3. And the Milotic comes down, is definitely looking for that super effective Ice Beam, and it has Marvel Scale, so if we poison it, its defense goes through the roof, which is not great, and its special defense is already through the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Confuse Ray down. It's probably just going to go for an Ice Beam right out the gate, and I don't think there's much I can do. I just want to whittle it down enough to where I can finish it off with a different Pokemon. So I think, Aqua Ring's really going to add up over the course of this fight. The thing, though, with the Poison Fang buffing, we have special attack, and really special attack. So it doesn't really matter that its physical attack goes up. So, and if we get that bad poison, that is going to add up incredibly. So if we can get the toxic poison from the Poison Fang as well as Confuse Ray, that's going to add up. and I could care less about the Marvel scale, really. But come on, Confusion, you've got this. You do not have this, and it goes for Mirko, but it fails because we used a physical attack. So just sneaking out there, but that Aqua Ring heals up really nicely, unfortunately. So we are really leaning into this and wanting that poison if possible. And we do not get it, and the Confusion comes down, and the Mirko, it's going for Mirko again instead of the Ice Beam. I do not know what it's doing, but I am a big fan as we go for another Poison Fang. And if this could just get it in range, just get it close to the full heal, but not, okay, this is huge. This is huge, right? Because it's badly poisoned. Okay, is this Ice Beam? Oh, it goes for a Stab Surf, so that's really good as well. But our plan potentially works here because, oh my gosh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't know why it's holding out on the Ice Beam here. It's completely toying with us, but the bad poison comes down. And the thing here is, I think, okay, because its physical defense is now buffed because it is poisoned, but Poison Fang should still get it in range to where the Toxic takes over, right? Because I'm just confused. I'm just scared if we can... if we go up with Fly and then the poison ticks and then it's low enough to heal, but we've got to keep in mind the Aqua Ring. So I think if we let the Aqua Ring heal it and the poison tick, we fly up into the air and then we come down with the Fly, the poison connects, and I think we got him. So because of the Aqua Ring, I think we need to do this, and the Marvel scale buffing its physical defense is really a problem. So the Aqua Ring bumps up here, and now the poison needs to just get it in range. If the poison goes too low, it'll get a heal, and we are absolutely in trouble. I think that's perfect. No way it went back to full restore. Are you serious? I disagree. I disagree on every front. So this Fly really needs to do damage to compensate. That is so garbage. That is absolute garbage, but Fly does a good chunk of damage, but the Aqua Ring comes back in, and I think I just go back for the Confuse Ray, potentially buying more time for Suzaku, but that might have been the misplay. I really need one Confusion to pay off to make up for lost time. Milotic, please hit yourself right in the face, and you don't, and there's the Ice Beam, and I thought we had that, but for some reason that was into heal range, which I definitely didn't think it was. And now all we get is a little bit of chip off the top, and Aqua Ring's just going to rain down. Aqua Ring is just going to rain down, and... Okay. So Lucario is not going to do great against Garchomp, to where I think Gengar is going to be our saving grace. And my Lucario, I think, can one-shot their Lucario if we're faster with Aura Sphere. So if Lucario can beat Milotic and they send out their Lucario, I think that's GG for us. But if they send out the Garchomp, that could be devastating. And Milotic is confused, so I'm leaning in towards Odysseus, but this we might have just lost right there, though. We absolutely might have just lost. Steel Flash Cannon is not very effective. Dark Pulse is neutral. Psychic is neutral. I think we go for the Aura Sphere. It is stab. It is not super effective. We just need a 2-shot here. It needs to get low enough to where the water thing doesn't heal it, and that's terrible. This Confusion really needs to pay off. This is not good. That was not a lot of damage. Our special attack is so high, but it's nothing compared to Milotic's special defense, and now we're in this tipsy situation where if Milotic gets another full restore, I think we might just lose. So if this could just fade away crit, nope, and Milotic snaps out of Confusion, gets a beautiful Stab Surf, and I feel like we're going to lose to Cynthia. and Lucario's dead to another Surf. Can the Aqua Ring get... I don't think it can heal it out of full restore. If this is full restore, we're screwed. Oh my god, it's not full restore. Okay, we're holding on. There's a glimmer. There's a glimmer of hope. The Aura Sphere comes down. Odysseus clears another Pokemon. And please to goodness, Cynthia, throw out your Lucario. You want that mirror match. You want to show everyone that your Lucario is better. But I guarantee you it's not. And it sends out the Lucario, Cynthia. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. So again, look at this special attack stat. Odysseus, you monster. We have the Mind Plate, so that's for Psychic. That's not going to matter. But a Stab, super effective Aura Sphere is Good Night Sally. Odysseus, all you have to do, buddy, is be faster than the opposing Lucario. And you absolutely are. Let's go. Let's turn this thing around. Aura Sphere charges up, throws across to the opposing Lucario, connects. And I do believe that's a one-shot unless Lucario is the 17th Pokemon to hold on with 1 HP. And he is not. He is absolutely not, and that brings us to the final Pokemon in the final fight of this final Gen 4 run. It is the Garchomp, and we now have 2.5 Pokemon to go against this level 66 behemoth, and my god, if we can get any damage down, oh my goodness. So I think I'm actually going to go for Psychic and potentially drop the special defense. Since we have the Mind Plate, it's not going to do quite as much as Aura Sphere, but that defense drop could alley-oop the Garchomp instead of just having a tiny bit more chip. We're going to go for Psychic, but I don't think we're faster. We're not, and there's the Earthquake, and it didn't even matter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save our Gengar for last. I'm going to throw out the Pelican and potentially pull a Swanna from our Gen 5 run and get a 4-time super effective Ice Beam onto the Land Shark Dragon guy. Here we go. Garchomp stands in our way. Euphemia comes down. I'm going all in on a 4-time super effective Ice Beam. Our Pelican's physical defense is actually much higher than special. So we have to live potentially a Giga Impact or a Dragon Rush. Dragon Rush has a high chance of missing. Ice Beam right here. We are slower, and it goes for Giga Impact, and that I do believe is GG on the Pelican unless we hold on with no HP. Unless we hold on with 64 HP, get a little reprieve from the berry. Euphemia drops back for a 4-time super effective Ice Beam. And is this going to be enough? We are 3 levels down. Our special attack isn't anything crazy. Does Garchomp hold on? And either way, Giga Impact is a rechargeable move, so that means we have to go back in. Both of us live here. The Citrus Berry comes down, and the Citrus Berry potentially gets Garchomp out of heal range, which it does. And now because of the Giga Impact recharge, I do believe that is GG, as Euphemia is going to get a free Ice Beam here. The Garchomp must recharge. Euphemia shoots off the Ice Beam, and Gengar kicks back on its throne, smiles in victory, and we take home the crown. Oh my gosh, I was pretty terrified there. The Milotic causing a lot of issues, but I think we navigated that really well. Definitely made some mistakes, but really, really proud of this team. We had some very crucial bans at the beginning, and already off the bat, Diamond and Pearl don't have as many selections as Platinum in their Pokemon encounter, so we were really limiting the selection here in that Gengar. Oh my gosh, the Luxray gets a monstrous shout out. I think MVP goes to the Gengar for all of the hard work. The Pelican putting the final touches on the gift wrap present for Christmas. Beautiful stuff. And that does it for our vanilla Gen 4 runs, and that only leaves Pokemon Ruby for Gen 3 and Pokemon Black 2 for Gen 5, and that is it for just sitting down and doing a hardcore Nuzlocke and getting to choose any of the first encounters available. So we only have 2 more on the list. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped. But as far as this run and this video, thank you so much, as always, for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.